Hi, everybody. Pam here from Around the Table Yarns. Today we are going to be working on the Marlborough Flower from the Spirit of Flora Crochet Club that we're doing. And this is what this little beauty looks like. I really like this one. The flower itself um, was fairly straightforward. This is another one where we're going to be building the frame separately and then attaching. So I think this is the second one we're doing that way. Um, and it's got some additional surface crochet and details on it that make this really pretty. Also changed up my colors a little bit. I'm using the same colors, but I made this one a little bit more muted than I didn't really use any of the super darks except for my dark green for my stems. Um, so I like the way this one came out. Um, let's get started. There are quite a few steps to this one. Okay, so for this particular, the Marlborough, you're gonna need stitch markers, your darning needle. You do need two crochet hooks, two sizes. The larger size for your surface crochet, you have two places where you do surface crochet. You do it here and you do it here on these wavy bits here. Um, in addition, I think we talked about this the last time we did a separate frame, or one of the times we did a separate frame, that um, I needed to go down a hook size to do my chain and my first row of my chain because it was of my frame because it was too big. So you might want to have if that was the case previously, you will probably have to do that again. Um, Even this, I think, feels a little. It might be just because of the way the where it's connected that it just feels like there's some empty space here. I guess it doesn't feel too big, but it does feel a little bit on the looser side in comparison to some of the other blocks that we've done. Okay, so let's get started. It starts right away with an interesting start, not our average start. We're going to have a two color center here. Okay. So let's let's get started. Okay, you're gonna need two colors for your center. Now, we've talked before about doing either a chain or doing the magic ring. I did try it both ways with this. The magic ring is harder on this particular center. So I'm gonna do the chain four. Let me get the actual pattern out too. I've got all my notes, but I gotta look at my pattern. Okay, yeah, chain four to form a ring. Okay, so Let's get zoomed in and get started. All right. One, two, three, four. And then we'll go to our first chain. And then I pull it over like that, which keeps the slip knot at the back of our work. Okay. So I slip stitch to join, and I've got a ring here. Okay. We're going to start with two. We're going to chain two, and we're going to do the third chain in our second color. So anytime you are changing colors in crochet, typically the rule is the final yarning over you do to complete the stitch you do in your next color. So I needed to chain three. So the third chain is going to be done in my second color, which in this case is my medium pink. So now you can see why the magic ring is a little tricksy, because I've got two strands going plus ends. So I found the magic ring a little too fiddly to do this part in, because I've got to keep um, both of these holding their tension. Okay, so now I'm going to do two double crochets in my medium pink. Okay, I'm going to go into the ring, only working with my medium pink. Okay, so there's the first one. And here's the point where I can kind of tidy that up a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to go in and do my second one. Yarn over, pull through two. So now I'm going to be doing two in this color and then two in the dark color. I'm ready to do the final yarn over before I need to switch to the other color. So the final yarn over is going to be done in our dark. So the stitch gets finished. The top of the stitch is the color I want it to be, but the loop coming out is my next color ready to go. Okay. So now I'm going to do two double crochets in the darker pink. So the first one is just a regular, and then it's on the second one where you're going to do the last yarn over, drop that one, pick up that one, and you work your way around. Okay, so now I can do two of these. What we want to have is um, drop, hold on, I'm too many steps at the same time. I want to have something that looks like this when we're done. So I want to have four two double crochet groups of each color. Okay. So you'll work, oops, there we go, all the way around. So you drop that one. Do my second one, drop that one, pick up this one. All right. And at some point you're going to come back across your your end, your chain four end, and you can work over that. Just make sure you're not working over any of the yarns that you need here. Okay. You don't want to get those caught up in the working over, otherwise they won't be there when you need them. Let's drop that one. Finish here. Okay. So I've got one, two. All right, so I've got three of the medium pink. So this is my fourth one. So this will be my final um, pair in this color. I'm going to finish with this one. Okay. So remember, we started with the chain, um, a total chain three, which counts as, in this particular case, counts as a double crochet. So I just need one more double crochet, and then I can slip stitch to join. Okay, so I've got a nice, I can cut both of those now. Looks like a little peppermint candy. You can pull on your original tail, tightening that center just a little bit if you'd like. And that's what you end up with. Okay. I'm going to use the one that's got all the ends dealt with already. Okay. All right. So that that is our foundation round. Now we're on to round one. Um, this round one, it's easy to go wrong. Okay. Because I did a couple of times and I've got an example of how it went wrong. You are going to join your yarn between any two double crochets, okay? So it can be in between a pair or in between the two pairs, it doesn't matter, okay? So I'm going to go in between the medium and the dark here, and I'm going into in between the posts of them, okay? So kind of work your hook in there and pull up a loop, and I am going to chain one. Does not count as a stitch. And I'm going to do a single crochet in the same space. Get rid of my end there. Let it hang to the back. Okay. So now I want to put a single crochet in between every double crochet that I have here. Okay. So I have a total of 16 double crochets, and I've got to go in between all of them. So I've gone in between a light and a dark. Now I need to go in between the two darks with a single. Now in between the next dark and medium. And then in between the two mediums. And then in between the medium and the dark. In between the two darks. So, oh wait, whoops, that one went into the top of the stitch. You don't want to go into the top of the stitch. You really want to go in between the posts. So it makes it kind of look like a little bit like a spiky stitch, kind of dropping down in there. But make sure you are going in between all of them. I'll show you where I went wrong on one. I saved that. In between there. So I'm filming from home today and I had some technical issues at the shop and I had to get a new camera. But now I'm at home and I've got my chocolate lab in here with me. He's starting to snore, so you may get a little extra feature there. Okay. So even though it looks kind of tight, make sure between a dark and a medium, make sure you go in between the two mediums. or whatever color you've got going there. Because at the end of this, you want to have, you make sure you've got 16 single crochets. And I was not careful and I didn't check. And then that throws you off. And then whoop, that went into the top of the stitch again. So if you have to kind of peel it open a little, you can see the space. There you go. In between the posts. Particularly when you get to the one where it's the chain 3. Okay, so I started in between 2. I divided those, and then I'm going to slip stitch to join. And then I'm going to double check that I've got 16. Because it's real easy to miss one. So when I did this one, I didn't realize it till the next round. Let me take out, I marked where it was. So I did between, I think this was the chain 3 and the double. And then I went between the 2 mediums and I didn't put one in between. But visually, it looks like they're all evenly spaced, but I only have 15. So when I went to do the next round, I didn't have the right number of stitches. Okay, so do a quick double check. And I'm going to check right now that I do, in fact, have 16. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16, right where I started. Perfect. Okay. All right. So that is round 1. So this is something new for us, changing colors. But luckily it's a small little bit there. The rest of this, the flower part, is going to go pretty quick. So let me get my yarn out for that. Okay, so now we're on to round 2, which I'm going to do in this light green. And we are going to join in the top of any of these single crochets with a chain 2, which does count in this case as a half double crochet. I'm going to put another half double crochet in the same stitch. And then I'm going to put 2 half double crochets in each stitch all the way around, and I will end up with a total of 32 stitches, which was my problem with that other one. I did not have 32 stitches. And that yarn just wants to split there, doesn't it? There we go. Let's try this again. There it goes. All right, so two half double crochets in each stitch all the way around. And then you will slip stitch to join when you get back around. All right, so here's where we're at the end of round two. Round three, we're going to join in any stitch, the top of any stitch. We're going to join with, it says a chain one plus a chain two, which generally means that that chain two is going to be counting as a stitch. In this case, it does. So there's the chain one to attach the yarn, chain two. So this counts as a double crochet. And I like to get that tail on the right side out of the way. Okay. So I've got 3 chains there. And now this is, I'm sorry, round 3. We're going to put 3 double crochets into the next stitch. One, two, and 3 into the next stitch, beginning the petals of our flower here. I'm going to put 1 double in the next. I'm going to chain 1. I'm going to skip a stitch, and then I'm put 1 double in the next. So I'm in here, I'm going to skip this one and put 1 double in the next. And that is my my repeat here. So I started with, sorry, I got out of frame there. Sorry about that. I've got my chain counting as a double, and then I've got a double in, let's see, let me go back to the pattern here. That counts as a double, and then I've got 3 doubles in the next, 1 double in the next. So that is a 5 kind of double crochet group over 3 stitches. See that? And then there's a chain 1 and then a double. Okay. And then we're going to repeat. So our repeat started with 3 doubles in the next. 1, 2, 3, 1 double in the next. Chain 1, skip 1, 1 double in the next. So we're creating these 5 double crochet groups. Okay. It's just a little awkward as to how we are, let's pull out some yarn here, how we are starting. All right, so back to my repeat, 3 doubles in the next one. One in the next. Chain 1, skip 1, 1 double in the next. 3 in the next. One in the next. Chain 1, skip 1, 1 in the next. So you should start to see how this is working out here. So you're going to continue around, repeating this. What you will omit is the final double crochet. So you're going to come all the way around here and you will put um, a double here, and then you'll chain one, you'll skip one, and you don't have to put your next double in the next because it's already there. You'll slip stitch to the top of that chain three to close it up. Okay, so let me finish this up and do the ends, and we'll be right back. Okay, so when you're done with round three, you should have eight of these five double crochet groups with a chain one in between them, going all the way around. Okay, now round four, do in this color, we're going to join in any first double crochet of a five double crochet group. Okay, so you can join in any one of those. So the top of the first one of a group, remember the top of the stitch is always slightly to the right when you're working in the round like this. You know, you never turn it over to see the other side. Um, and we're going to do a chain one. This does not count as a stitch. And we're going to put a single in the same space. Okay. All right. Now we're going to half double in the next, three doubles in the next. One, two, three, half double in the next, single in the next. We're going to chain one. We're going to skip the chain space and we're going to repeat. We're going to put a single. That's where I finished the last round, a little tight. Single, and then a half double, and then three doubles, which should be going into, of that five double crochet group, those three doubles should be going into the center one, the third one. Okay. So one, two, three, and then a half double, and then a single, and then a chain one, and repeat. Okay. So we're going to have, we're building up on the flower petals here, with some height, using different stitch heights, and making sure that chain one spaces, that those line up, because obviously that's for a reason. Okay, so I'm going to continue around. When you get back around, you will chain one and you will slip stitch into the first single. Okay, and we'll pick it up there. Okay, so here we have the end of round 4. Now we're going to start round 5 and we're going to join to any chain space from round 3. So we're going to be going over the chain space from round 3, which is my gold row round, as well as my gray. Okay, so I'm going to go in here, pull up my yarn. I'm going to join with let me look here. With a chain 1, does not count as, whoops, does not count as a stitch, and then I'll put a single in the same space. So let's pull up, chain 1, single in the same. So that kind of brings those two chain spaces together and kind of pulls the sides down of these petals. So we're really kind of outlining our petals here with this round. Okay. All right, so now we're going to, this is the start of our repeat. We're going to skip the first single right here. We're going to put one single in the next one single in the next, sorry. So I'm going to skip this one, put one single here. I'm going to put two singles in the next 3 stitches. So here, put 2. Here I'll put 2. And here I'll put 2. And those are the 3 doubles from the previous round. So you're putting 2 in each of those. One single in the next. Let's see, we're going to skip this last single crochet and we'll put one single crochet across the 2 chain spaces here. So it really kind of pops that, highlights the ends of the petal and really pulls it down. Makes it, I think it looks really nice. Okay. And that's our repeat. I'll do one more here. We're going to skip the first single. Okay. We're going to put one single in the next stitch, which was the top of the half double. And then I've got those 3 doubles here. Each of them are going to get 2 singles on the top of each one. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Single in the next. We're going to skip the last single, single over the 2 chain spaces. Okay. And that's your repeat all the way around. When you get back to here, you'll do the 2, 2, 2, single the next, skip the last single, and then you'll slip stitch into the top of that single that you did over the chain spaces to join. So we'll meet you back around at the end.
It's not just me. You're concerned about her insisting on staying down here, the unreturned phone calls, and the ever so slight darkening of the hair. I have notes. I'll let you.
Thank you. Gus, now would you guys please just leave me alone?
Way to go, Spencer. You are not on this case. What? Leslie, we've clearly crossed the threshold. Tomorrow we should wear matching jumpsuits. Today, t-shirts. I'll be thing one. You be thing two. Excuse me. Wait. Before you go, one question. Who would counterfeit a 50-cent piece? Hong Kong. 978 Dynasty. That makes so much more sense. You can seriously tell me you think the triads are involved. Triads? Chinese men. Very serious gangs. Let me speak with these triads. Speak with them in underground society. You're saying you're making an appointment. Listen, look, there are different gangs within the triad. What are we talking? Are we talking the triad, the dragon triad? Regular. I think we're primarily interested in medium. Venti. Venti is well, then not Venti. Speak with Venti. Spencer, you will stay away from these people. They're legitimately dangerous, and those two gangs have been on the verge of war for years. Now, if you'll excuse me, the free information train has left the station. So figure it all out for yourself. We can't do that. We need information. Whoa, wait. You guys aren't here to pay me for my last day? I believe I did pay you. We didn't pay you, man. We paid you gratitude and life lessons. You know I should have opened this. Ken, don't think of it as not being paid for your last day. Think of it as a surprise 2-year vacation, unpaid. We will pay you back someday. Why are you guys here? We need information on counterfeiting Hong Kong coins. And the Chinese mafia. And we need you to explain the ending of Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. What? Well, you guys think that because I'm Asian, I'm supposed to know all this stuff. That's borderline racist, man. I don't think so. Inappropriate? Yes. Bolting? Sure. Stereotyping? Not racist. Ken, how many triads do you know, and or are you one of them? Wow. Okay, that definitely crossed the line. Just tell us what you know, and we will get out of your parents' house. The only thing I can think of is there's this place where the gold triads used to hang out. And the only reason I know that is because my mother used to forbid me to go there. Yes, all I'm saying is sometimes your jokes don't land. Okay, Sean, you want to impose some restrictions on me? And I want to go with some rules too. What rules? In the past, you walked me up as some sort of a sacrificial lamb to the situation. Name one. Wait. Never mind, you're right. New rule. From now on, any cover story or fake ID must be run past me and approved. Approved? In writing, 3 days in advance. Gus, you're kidding, right? No, Sean. I need the proper amount of time to concoct my alter ego that best complements yours in a situation. I don't know where I'm going to be living in 3 days. That's the deal, Sean. Take it or leave it. So, he is a pharmaceutical salesman who moonlights at a psychic detective agency. And once at camp, he wet his pants. Water splashed on my pants. I'm sorry, you guys are cops? Nope, not cops, though sometimes we work with cops and occasionally against them. Look, if this was Saturday, I'd have a much better story. Right now, all I want to do is talk to some triads. Are they coming? You guys know you're going to get killed. You know what? You're absolutely right. What were we thinking? Gus? Let's see what I means. We got lucky. We've been following this guy forever. If he's a triad, he's the most boring gang member of all time. I think Ken gave us a fake lead to pay you back for asking for a loan. Short-term loan, Gus, with interest. The interest was like less and shit. Oh, there's some heavy firearms going down. Run back to the psych office, grab our ninja costumes. How could that possibly help us? No, we're just staying here. 10 seconds ago, you were complaining about being bored. Now suddenly it's too exciting. We got to get some consistency. Yeah, we're sure. Sean, if something illegal is going on, there's power to harass it and let him get shot. Only triads cut off hands. All right, time. Technically means we have 4 opportunities. I'm not moving. They won't even know we're here. I blame you. I think he said something about taking us to see the boss. Only I had time to submit a fake identity for approval. Do not mock me, but about the Okay, first of all, some sort of huge misunderstanding. I know and respect that you're a very busy man. Running a crime syndicate is a full-time job. We do not want to bother you any more than we have to. Mr. Chang. I know you. You're the psychic from the police station. Yes, that's correct. They hired us in this case. Chief said they did not. Why should say something like that? She said it to you. Yes, she did. That's a little act they do to throw people off. To throw who off? Mr. Chang, I found this coin in your daughter's apartment. It's pretty well hidden. My fear is that she's mixed up with some pretty nasty criminals. This is my coin. I gave it to her to symbolize our past. I will say this to you. You speak slowly so you understand. We love this. This criminal activity? Thank you, Satya.
Okay, so here's the end of round 5. The next step is we're going to do a surface crochet right here at the top of round, I believe that was round 2, where my light green is. So you can go anywhere. I'm going to just go into between the stitches. Um, Generally use a larger hook for this. I, of course, didn't have mine handy, so I'm just going to be really loose. All right. And you are going to go into the next, between the next stitch and slip stitch it and hopefully not split your yarn. Make sure I have a long enough tail there. I'm realizing I should have kept like a little jar or something of all the tails weaving away that we've done with this project. Because there's quite a few. All right, there we go. So we're just going around, just doing this really fairly loose because I'm not going up a hook size. And we're just kind of closing or covering, I should say, between the round 2 and the round 3. Um, I'm just doing something a little different on this one. I'm using some of the same colors on top of each other instead of having so many contrasts. Just wanted to try something different. Here's the next one. So this is the last part of the flower. The next part we're going to be moving on to stems and leaves, and then the frame. All right, so I'm going to continue, and I will come back here to remind you how to finish off your surface crochet. Okay, so I've come back around here. I still have two spots left. So go into the next one. You want to do the surface crochet until, if I were to go into the next spot, the next space, I should say, that's where we began. Okay, so this tells me when it's time to stop. If I were to go in right here, I've already got yarn coming out of there, so I don't want to do that. I'm going to cut my end and pull it through, and then we switch to the darning needle to finish it off. Okay, so make sure you haven't tightened up that last, which I did, so I'm going to loosen it back up. That last slip stitch. Okay, there we go. All right, so now I'm going to cross over that last space here. I'm going to go underneath the legs of the first one we made, and I'm going to pull very slowly until I have a tension that matches the rest of my stitches. And then I'm going to go back in where I came out of. So here's where my yarn is coming out of, the center of this one. Snug that up a little, go back down, all the way through to the other side. And then you're gonna pull on that until it looks like the other stitches. There you go. And then go to the other side and you can weave that away. I kind of put my finger on it to make sure I'm not pulling on the stitch, kind of holding it in place. I feel like every time I turn this over on any of these squares to weave away, I do it a little bit different. Depends on how tired I am, how far I weave away. With something like that, that is just a slip stitch, that is fairly easy for that part to come loose. So I'm going to weave it away a few stitches here. I'm going to split the yarn a little bit because that makes it kind of stick. Not every yarn does that, but it is nice on the acrylics. All right, that looks good. I have to say, I'm not going crazy with weaving away. This one I left way too short. So if you ever leave your tail way too short, which I did on this one, here's how you can either use a crochet hook and pull it through some of these stitches, or you can kind of push your darning needle in first and then put your end through. I can get it in there. Or not. There we go. Okay, and then pull it through. Perfect. Okay. All right. So that's the end of the flower part. Now we're going to move on to stems. A lot of familiar steps here. A little bit different in that where we start them and end them isn't the same as we've been used to. So very familiar, but she mixes it up just a little bit. Okay, so we are going to be making a combination of both long stems here, and we're going to be making short stems, which will come up here. Okay, so we're going to have the four leaves, and then these the stems that come up here, we call these the little buds. All right, so we're going to do two different much easier to see from the side. Two different lengths. Here there'll be, I think there's 7 chains, and the ones here get pulled through the chain space. Just giving you a little preview. I believe those are length of 5 chains. Okay, but we make them all in this next round. Just want to give you a little heads up where we're headed here. Okay, so we are going to be working behind these petals. We're going to join in any skipped stitch from round 2. So remember when we made our first chain 1, skip 1, that's the skip one we're going to be joining to, but we want to be working kind of behind the petals. So we've also got our surface crochet there as well. Okay. Um, I just worked, I worked some clearly. Some I went behind the surface crochet, and some I went right over it. I think as long as you're consistent, it will look better than this does. I just wasn't consistent, and I didn't realize I wasn't being consistent until it was too late. Okay, so I'm going to choose to go behind the surface crochet on this bit. I'm going to fold my leaf down. I'm going to go into the skipped stitch, not disturbing the surface crochet. Another thing you could do is you could hold off, if you haven't already done it, you could hold off on the surface crochet and do it after you've done the stems. That would be another way to go. That just occurred to me. Okay, so we're going to join with a chain 1 and a single in the same. Okay. Go. Okay, that chain 1 does not count as anything. We're going to chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to skip that last chain and we're going to do 6 singles back down. We are going to have to locate that skipped stitch going forward. So, like we've done in previous blocks, if you are comfortable or have a hard time locating that, I'm going to skip. Let's zoom in a little bit on this part. All right, so I'm going to skip this chain right here, and I'm going to go right here and do 6 singles back down. Okay. If you want, you could mark the skipped chain right now if you want to, before you have to hunt for it later, if that's helpful to you. Now would be the time to do that. Okay. So there's one. Make sure I'm not twisting this around. All right, I'm attached there. 1, 2. 3. 4. 5 and 6. The dark yarn doesn't help with my eyes. All right. And then like we've done previously, we're going to anchor that with a single crochet in this same place we started, in that skipped stitch. Okay. So remember they're going to curl. So we started with a single, we chained 7, we skipped 1, we 6 single crocheted back down, another single crochet in that skipped stitch. So this stem is the long one. This is one of the long ones. Okay. Then we are going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and we're going to single crochet in the next skipped stitch. Again, working behind the petals. And this time I am being careful. Let's see, did I miss? Oh, good. I missed the surface crochet again, so that was good. Okay, so I'm just going to be conscious of it on this one. This time we're going to chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're going to skip the last chain and do 4 singles back down the side. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We'll single crochet again to anchor it. All right, and we're going to repeat. So chain 3, 2, 3. Go to your next chain space. Skipped stitch under those chain spaces with a single crochet. And we go back to chaining 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, and then we'll work our way back down, chain 3, go to the next one. This one will be a 5. So we're alternating the long one and the short one, the long one and the short one. You will, let's see, looking at my notes here, around 6. You will slip stitch into the first single to join. Okay, so I'm going to work around here and then I'll show you what to do with these little stems.
Seems pretty critical to me. Mistake. Just a handful of buddies hanging out, taking some long-distance surveillance photos and carrying semi-automatic weapons. You have an idea who took your dog, don't you? I do not. And you wouldn't mind. You're psychic. Tell me. Are we free to go? Go. All right. And the curly food thing in here. The whole thing kind of looks like a dragon. I know this because I saw something like it in Express. That's what it is or not? Dude, my parents run a Best Buy. I told you. You didn't know about Best Buy. I dream to be offended. He's not offended. I'm very offended. He's excited. He's getting a taste of the kind of action that you and I get into. We hadn't had to let him go due to unforeseen circumstances.
Guys, you realize that I've done more work for you since you fired me?
Yes, we do. Have you seen this dragon?
Yeah, I probably saw something like that spray painted on the wall. Where?
Chinatown. Where in Chinatown?
Martial arts studio.
Why does this have orange chicken sauce all over it?
Oh, because it got me in the mood for Panda Express. Can you tell us what this is?
Dragon triads. Sean, what do you want from me?
That's what they were doing. They were surveilling their sworn enemies.
Who was doing what?
That doesn't matter. It also doesn't matter whether we were captured by these people or not. The question is, what would happen if the Dragon Triad kidnapped someone from the family of the Golden Triad?
It's a ridiculous theory, Sean. It would never happen.
Let's just say that.
Oh, it started off a gang war. It's beyond suicide.
No, she's right. The Goldens and the Dragons can't even see each other's territory.
I'm gonna have all of you banned from this building.
Excuse me. I'm here for a class.
This class.
Yeah, I believe it starts in
5 minutes.
right 5 minutes from now. I'm usually 10 minutes early, so I'm already feeling behind.
This class is for 5 to 8-year-olds.
Yes. Yes, it is. And that's what I call discrimination.
Discrimination.
Yes, and ageism. Who are you? I'm his lawyer.
That's right. You brought a lawyer?
I keep a lawyer on retainer at all times. There's so much injustice in the world that you practically can't leave home without one. And it's
Right. Okay, well, I will see you in court then. Now,
perfect. Now, I need a statement from you. And as we plan to try this in both civil and criminal court, I'll need the police here as well. Can I use your phone? Or do you want to let the white people use that?
who said anything about white people?
You just did.
The words white people did not come out of my mouth.
There they are again. Luckily, I have my hand recorder on for that one. By the way, I am now disclosing that this conversation is being recorded.
Recorded? Okay, this is crazy.
Crazy. You want to know crazy? I sued 300 businesses last year alone. I sued a hot dog cart and got everything but the wheels and the buns, which I won in the simple case 2 months later. I think he gets it now. But the words are coming out of my mouth faster than I can think of them. Bring it out. May, if you don't mind, before I start snapping evidence photos, I'm a little parched. So can you tell me which one of these fountains I'm allowed to use?
That one. I mean, you pick. Sure.
Sorry. You have no focus. Why? Look, it's just. You want to know the truth? My dad never let me take karate, okay?
This is not karate.
Right, okay. Pretty much the same thing.
Not the same thing.
All right?
Now, turn your eyes around and follow.
You found out later?
Yes.
What? I'm awesome at karate. Wushu. Yeah, that. I'm awesome at it. You went in for 2 hours and all you did was kung fu. Oh, we stretched our groins. We meditated. Did you find out anything about the case, Sean?
Yes.
What?
Pretty sure upstairs is the headquarters of the Dragon Triad. I think they might be hiding the girl there, but that's not important right now.
Not important.
Gus,
I kicked the board in half.
no, you didn't.
You're right, I didn't. But it's splinters. Do you have any idea what this means?
This means I sat outside for 2 hours while you fulfilled a childhood dream.
Let's take this place out tonight. And you need $300 for the initiation fee. You signed up for class. They are the bad guys. It's theirs. As for Wu, it's not affiliated with these hooligans.
You doing good. Great, 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 great. You know, there's no shame in feeling what you're feeling. That yin case is the kind of thing that can shut a person down. To Chief, I will come back to work when I am Ready, not here, force your hand. Just wanted to ask. They say it takes some time. Yeah, it's recommended, of course. Just make sure you know when the healing ends and the delaying begins. Of course. I will. Thank you. Great. So here you go. Stoplight Safety Project. Just track and compare every light in the city cross-reference with each stop sign. Tell me if 2 years is enough of a sample to draw a conclusion. I'll have McNabb bring the rest down later. Good luck, Bill.
That's why my dad wouldn't let me take flight when I was a kid, Gus, because she knew I was too good, too dangerous. One moment, I'd be mastering hiking. Next, I'd be holding a beating heart in my hands. So what? Is that our kidnapper? Second floor windows open. I saw this in the Jack Pacino movie. We're going to clean the building bouncing. Excuse me, I'm thinking about your martial arts training. Are you talking about the one class you had today? Yes, I am. You know what? Just give me a boost. No, you're the kidnapper. We can do this the easy way or the short. What's wrong with this guy? We never even met. Actually, we just now met. We broke it. Accidentally broke in. We fell through a window, which technically isn't breaking in. In our defense, this is the guy that was stealing stuff. Yeah, he already had the safe open, which he didn't have to crack, which means he's a pro. And he stole a jacket, which is a weird thing to steal. Agreed, especially since he already had a sweatshirt. And it's not even that cold outside. So you see, we're a couple good Samaritans. Don't worry, we don't expect rewards. Thanks. Look, man, you don't get it. We don't want to fight you guys. Even though we're evenly matched. Evenly matched? Just 3-on-3. I'm assuming we get karate. It's not karate, Sean. It's bushu. Bushu sounds more authentic. Sounds delicious is what it sounds. Go out and make these guys kill each other. You went that way. Sean got that as our kidnapper. Trust me, I can scale that a single leap. Sean! Sean! Oh, I can't believe it. They turned to Eastern culture. So we got lucky because we hit like me. That's been the empires of Canton. We've reached a new level. I don't listen to these.
Okay, so here's what the back looks like at the end of round 6. All right. You've got alternating long and then the short ones. The short ones, we're going to push through the chain space to the front. That. And the long ones we're going to leave in the back. But I was just looking at the pattern. We are going to mark the turning chain of all of those stitches. Okay. So just as a reminder how to do that, how to locate it. We'll start with one of these. All right, so we did our chain up, and when you get to the top, you're going to have this little bar, looks like a little bar that is crossing over. That is the chain that we skipped, and then we started down the other side. So that's where I put my stitch marker, okay? So let's do all these front ones first, the short ones. Just kind of straighten it out a little bit. It's the one little bit that's going kind of the wrong direction because it's folded over as you worked back down the other side. Okay. Okay. And then the back ones. These were the longer ones. There. There. And one more. Okay. All right, so that's the end of round 6 and the end of our stems. Now we're going to go on to the leaves. Okay. Leaves, back to my light green. And this is where it differs a little bit. We're going to join our yarn in any of the marked stitches of a long stem. So previously we've started at the base of a stem and worked our way up. This time we're starting at the top of a stem. Okay, so there's our marked spot. That's where I'm going to join my yarn. Okay. And I'm going to join with a chain one, does not count as a stitch. And I'm going to put 3 singles. Let's give myself a little more tail there. Chain one. 3 singles in the same spot. Now that's really gonna pull a little bit on that space, but don't worry about it because those 3 singles are gonna fill up the space. Let's try that again. There we go. Sometimes you just have to start over. Okay. Here's my, there we go. All right, so join with the chain one, 3 singles in the same, I think I got twisted. Or if you can't tell, it's late here. All right, I might have twisted that chain, but we're not going to change it at this point. There we go. Catch it with the end of the hook. All right. Join the yarn. Chain one and 3 singles. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. We are going to do working down this side. We're going to do a half double in the first stitch there. Oop. Start with a yarn over. There we go. Half double. And then a double. Two doubles in the next stitch. 1 and 2. 1 double in the next 2 stitches. So 1 there and 1 there. We're going to skip the last one. We still have 1 more there. We're going to skip it. We're going to chain 2. We're going to skip that stitch and we're going to put a single in our chain 3 right back here. Okay. So this is what it looks like so far. Let's pull our tail to the back. Okay. 3 singles in the top. And then we had a half double, a double, 2 doubles in the next stitch, a double, chain 2, skip 1, and a single into this chain 3 back here. Okay. Now we are going to put a single crochet in the first stitch before the marked stitch of the next short stem. Okay, that's a mouthful. So we've got our marked stitch. We're going to put a single in the stitch before it. So this is our Might be easier to take this out. Kind of uncurl this a little. Okay. So here's our marked one right there that I had the mark in. I'm going to put a single in the stitch right before it. Where's my yarn? There it is. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't chain 3. I got to chain 3, 2, 3, so that I can reach over this. So I chained 3, put a single in that chain 3 space, and then chain 3 again. Okay. Like, why is that pulling so hard? That's why. All right, so now I'm going to put, now that I've split my yarn nicely. Okay, that's 1, 2, and 3. Single here. And then into the marked stitch, we're going to put 3 single crochets. So it's right here. Today is the day of splitting yarn. There we go. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to put 1 single in the next stitch. And this is what creates the bud. And that's the only leaf that the short stem is going to get. And then you're going to chain 3. We're going to fold this down. We're going to find that next chain 3 space. Put a single. Chain 3. I'm sorry. Chain 2. I just can't get it right tonight. Okay. Chain 2. You're going to skip the first stitch on the stem. And if you remember, now we're back to a long stem. And if you remember, this is where we're just picking up the single bit here, okay? So we're going to skip the first one, which is right here. And we're going to put 1 double in the next, which is right here. Remember how they overlap each other a little bit. So 1 double, 1 double in the next. There it is. 2 doubles in the next one. So we're doing the reverse of what we had done down the other side. 1 double in the next. A half double in the next. And now I'm at my marked stitch, which is where we began the repeat. So 3 single crochets. Get that out of the way. 1, 2, 3. And then it's a half double, a double, two doubles in the next, 1, 2, 1 double in the next 2, 1 there, 1 there. I'm going to chain 3. Is it chain 3 or chain 2? Hold on. Chain 2. I'm going to skip this last one and put a single here. And then I'm going to chain 3. And then I'm back to a short stem. There's my marked stitch. I'm going to put a single in the stitch before it, 3 in the marked stitch, 1, 2, 3, and 1 more single in the next one down the side. It'll be right there. Chain 3, single into the next chain space behind. And now I'm back to a tall stem. I'll chain 2 and repeat. Okay. And what you're going to end up with is so I've got half of a leaf where we started. And then you've got your little bud here. This leaf kind of poking out. Our next bud. Then we'll do our next leaf, our next bud, our next leaf, our next bud, and then you will finish chaining 2, skipping the first one, putting a double, 2 doubles, a double, a half double, and then slip stitch into the first of the 3 single crochets. Okay. So I'm going to finish that and we'll come back around.
What you planning that? I was waiting to hear if there was any screaming. Then, depending on how bad it sounded, we'll go forward from there. And if there was any pleading, that was also a event. Holy crap, are you checking email? Come on. Less. Yes. This is Sang-Tan. His father is the leader of the Dragon Triad. This is the lovely Becky. And they are in love. And your father is the leader of the Golden Triad? I get it. It's Romeo and Juliet.
Kind of.
Our relationship was discovered. I had to get her safe. People die from these kind of indiscretions. I went her in the alley. We ran. Things got out of control.
You need to tell the police that this is not a kidnapping.
It's not that simple.
It's pretty simple.
I'm pregnant.
My father will never stand for this. I've been chosen to take over for him when he retires. There's no change in that plan. I just need a day to get some cash and get some things in order. You're part Chinese, Sean. You must understand.
You're damn right I do. Who told him you were Chinese? Guess I am part Chinese. Now.
We'll never make it like this. Can you help us?
Of course we won't.
Let me get this straight, Mr. Spencer. You're saying that we should stop the investigation?
Yes, indeed. Chief, I'm sensing that there is more going on here than meets the eye.
Well, that's certainly a tactic that we've never tried before. And what are you also suggesting? That we cross our fingers and perhaps hope for the best?
I have an idea. Gus, don't. Don't. Chief, before, moments ago, it was fuzzy. I'm upgrading it to crystal clear. Wait, I want to be sure. Yes, crystal clear. This is not a kidnapping.
Really? It's not a kidnapping. Why do we just get this?
Wait. Getting something else. Look, I'm telling you, I'm right. I know she was here. She was standing right here. I can see it, plain as day, right next to the man who some believe to be her kidnapper.
Oh, sure.
As sure as I am that the guy who just friended Gus online is not the guy who played R2D2.
His name is Kenny Baker.
Fine. Why would Kenny Baker want to be friends with you?
Why would Elvira want to be friends with you?
Her name is Cassandra Peterson.
Hey, we found Becky Chang's bracelet, a few other belongings. She was indeed here, so good work, Mr. Spencer.
Thank you.
Just a little late.
Chief, look at this.
What is it?
It's traces of blood. You were here, weren't you?
Yeah, a little.
You had to go out and play psychic, and now the girl might be dead.
Trust me, Dad. There are a lot of things in play here. She didn't get kidnapped. She ran off with her. She's in love with the Dragon Triad, and here's the kicker. Guess who the leader of the Golden Triads is?
Arthur Chang.
You knew that?
Of course I knew that. Cops have been trying to nail him for years, Sean. Why do you think I didn't want to let you in on this case?
Do not say you're protecting me.
I wasn't protecting you. But these are seriously dangerous people, Sean.
Dad, you're not listening to me. I got this. It's Romeo and Juliet, man. It's West Side Story. I don't know which one is the Jets and which one is the Dolphins. Sharks. That is all that is going on here.
And how exactly do you know all this? She told me. She told you. Huh? Hey, Jen, she said it under duress.
I caught him kissing.
Huh? Did he have a gun?
No, I'm assuming now.
That's exactly what I'm talking about, Sean. You got played, kid.
What?
Now go home. You've done enough.
Disney. I know what I saw.
They lied to us.
They didn't lie.
Maybe they were in it together. They needed money. They fleeced you because you're either romantic or stupid. I know when people are in love.
What now, guys?
You know Romeo and Juliet, right? DiCaprio and Danes?
It's a play too.
Sure it is. What if I said Becky Chang got mixed up with the triads, the golden ones, and fell in love with a dragon? She didn't get kidnapped. She's out there making kissy face with her guy pal.
There's a ransom note, Sean.
Aha! You are following the case.
Only enough to know that you're wrong.
Really? Not a kidnapping. Why don't we just get this?
Wait a minute. That was no ransom note. No money was asked for.
Follow you.
That doesn't make any sense, Sean. Why would he send a photo that's going to incite a panic?
Who's he?
Romeo, the son.
The son?
The Tan family.
Which one?
What do you mean, which one?
There are two.
Two.
Two sons. This is Sang Tan. He's number 2 in the gang. Now this is the other brother. Which one did you meet?
I met them both.
Tenno is an enforcer. He's somewhere in the middle.
Oh, well, this guy's the toughest member of the crew by far. Why isn't he next in line?
He's a big problem. He crosses territorial lines. This guy likes to poke the bear. The Goldens and the Dragons have been at peace for a while. This guy has a history of inciting trouble. The only reason Tenno makes sense as a leader is in a time of war between the triads. I don't see that happening anytime soon.
Our relationship was established. I had to get her safe.
I do. And I know who kidnapped the girl. Sean. Yeah. Another dad. I can't believe you called a meeting with the head of the Dragon Triads. Next meeting was relatively easy after I revealed I had junk traffic information about his two sons. Just get to it. Mr. Han Tan? Or is it Mr. Tan Han? Yeah, I get confused because the back of Yao Ming's jersey says Yao, not Ming. So let me start off by saying I love ping pong and General Chow's chicken and your version of checkers. I find your fire drills to be immensely entertaining. David Bowie's China Girl, the naked version, that goes without saying. I have also practiced the ancient martial art of wushu under the tutelage of your fine people. Sean, get on with it. I am endearing myself to him. Stop endearing. Your son wants to start a war between the triads. Tenno, the mean one. Maybe you have your own way of differentiating them. But for me, personally, I think he's the meanest. Maybe it's the tattoo. Just the general demeanor, use of brow. Sometimes you just get a vibe about someone. Hold that thought. I don't think he speaks any English. God, I thought it was just me. What do we do? I've set Plan B in motion. Until then, we're just going to have to use the international method of communication.
You're not going to attempt charades, are you? What?
West Side Story.
That's 3 words.
Your son sang the nice one, dark sweatshirt, is in love with Mr. Chang's daughter. Also nice.
Very nice.
Here's the part you won't like. She is pregnant, preggers, with your grandbaby. There is a Chinese bun in the oven. She's actually not showing yet. There's not a bump at all. Safe to say that we're still in the first trimester now.
Dawn, this is not working.
Don't worry. Your Plan B right outside.
Oh, go suck yourselves.
Thank God you're here, Ken.
Why am I here?
We need a translator. We solved the case.
But we can't tell anybody.
They can't understand what we're saying. Dude.
I speak 9 words of Chinese. 6 of those are numbers.
All right. Let's not panic. I think we can use this. Which numbers do you know?
Enough. I understand you.
You do? Man, you look. Mr. Han.
So,
You have spent 10 long years working very hard to keep peace between yourself and the Golden Triads. And your son, Tenno, wants to rip it apart. You know where he is. You have to tell us.
if I'm found with a kidnapped girl, this show will never stop. We cannot get involved.
Right. We can. So if you know where he is, you gotta give him up.
Yeah, I'm about to solve a kidnapping. I need you to bring backup.
Last bit of
Nope, not doing it.
But I am not coming.
Gotta be you. Listen, Jules. Yin came after me too, okay? Just gotta keep me from that. I need you or I go down alone. Well, with Gus. You know what I mean. You all right?
Oh, boy.
Wake up. We need you. I'm saying, Gus, what are you doing? I'm trying to wake him up. We need him to help us escape. I told you, man, I've got us covered. Don't say it. We need no food weeks. Technically, no, not yet. But let me show you this, man. Mostly just stretches, but there's some lethal combinations here on page 3.
Tenno! We got you. I figured it all out.
Okay, so I finished our leaves here. Zoom out just a little. And then you're going to finish this round by marking, rewind. At the top of each leaf and the top of each bud, you have 3 single crochets. We're going to mark the center single crochet with a stitch marker. Okay, so when you're looking for it, all right, so here's the first one. Remember, the top of it always leans slightly to the right. There's the first one, there's the second, and there's the third. So let's mark that one. And then with the bud, we'll do the same thing. Remember, we did a single on the side and then 3 singles and then another single on the side. So here's the first of the 3 singles. Here's the second. And then you'll just mark those all the way around because we'll need to be connecting to those spots. Okay. Now that is the end of the flower portion. The next portion is making the frame. Okay, which we do separately. You're going to start with, let's see, I want to use the light pink. You're going to chain 80. So I'll do that and then come back. If you previously found when you were making the frame separately that it was too big using your the hook size you're using for your flower, go ahead and go down a size. So I'm going to drop down. I've been using a 3.5. I'm going to go down to a 3 for my chain, so that it is not too big for the flower block. Okay, so I'm going to make the 80, and then I'll come back and remind you how we join it in the round.
Yeah, really. You felt betrayed by your brother here, right? More than that, you were jealous that you weren't selected to take over. See, saying's a little soft in your eyes, isn't it? Unfit to lead. But a war between the triads, that would be your opportunity to shine. Tenno, the enforcer. You knew who it was the night we left. Isn't that right?
The guy that's stealing stuff. Yeah, he was safe as a radio open, which he didn't have to crack, which means he's a pro. He stole a jacket, which is a weird thing to steal. You were the one who discovered that your brother was consorting with your most hated enemy.
Our relationship was discovered.
We led you right to him. You broke into that room, and you took matters into your own hands. Luckily, kidnapping fell right in your lap. All you had to do was snap a ransom photo, make up enough evidence to put the blame on your brother there, and wait. Wait for a war that you had always wanted to start. Oh, relax, dude. Whoa, dude, I've made it through all 7 levels of Shaq Fu on Nintendo, and Gus can attest to that. Say this. Clean. I execute this properly. No can defend.
Course, 76, 77, 78, 79. Hmm.
Good work, Jules. Elliot just surrendered.
He surrendered when I walked in, Sean.
Oh, guy. You know, Dad, just let me take karate lessons as a kid. But you know what? I get it. You saw that I had too much potential, didn't you? You knew that would be way too dangerous to train.
Sean, I didn't let you take karate because you had zero control of your body.
I had too much control of my.
You used to run karate chopping everything in the house. I thought you'd kill yourself.
Agree to disagree. But know this. Rough stuff. Okay, I'm my own person. My body's a weapon. I don't need you to protect me, okay?
Fair enough. But in return, you never put me in a position having to lie for you. This isn't just about you anymore, kid. I'm a player in this game, too. You find a victim, you find a perpetrator, you call me first. Put your gun to your head. First.
How about first-ish?
Shut up.
Thanks.
I was about to say the same thing to you.
I may have needed a kick in the pants to get going.
I would never kick you in the pants.
You didn't give up.
I'll never give up. What do you think? Should we hug?
Okay.
There you are.
Brain check.
Chief said you're working on a special project. I can work on these two.
Oh, now you're going to ply me with additional work. Carlton, these are your taxes.
Yeah, I'm trying to help you.
And this is how you help me?
You're here, aren't you? It's already working.
My spine might be liquid. Can you tell the cops you see again without 10 on 10?
That was an assumption that they made.
Left out two verbs, no mentioned in the words Juliet arrived, but other than that, some facts, you realize you have to sign your statement. Right now, I don't. I'll some Band Express. I did last night. Take up 6. I did this movie. With Jenks? Oh, that's right. Take 2? Yeah, man. Go back in. He assumed I called this from a mile away. Crap, I'm doing good cop. You can do this the easy way. You must be out of your depth. What are we waiting for? The seatbelt on. Oh, you right?
Just playing board grass. Just let me see what's behind your back. Tap shoes? Are you kidding me? Sean, I like tap dance. In fact, I'm pretty good at it. When people pick on me, I just pull out that tap board and show who's bad. Dude, all your permanent teeth are in, okay? I'm playing for keeps now. You should try. It's cool.
Female victim looks like she was trapped inside her vehicle and drowned. Must have been horrible.
Whoa, Hera, maybe I should handle this one. You know, until you get your sea legs back.
It's fine. I want to help.
Okay, take notes. Tall coffee, black. I'm off the cream and sugar. I'm sorry, I'm pulling rank on this one. There will be plenty of other females who die horrific deaths, and you can investigate all of them when you're ready. Get yourself something to do. I'll get the next one. Don't choose me, maybe, eh? Listen, McNabb, I'm still covering a buttload of cases I took on while O'Hara was on vacation.
She was on stress leave.
Tomato, tomato. Point is, until she's ready for duty again, I need an extra set of hands, so pad up. Done. Spencer, keep your pie hole shut until I assess my crime scene.
Nothing shuts my pie hole. Pie.
Come on.
We're gonna have to get close enough for that body to get a reading.
Why do you need to get a reading off of a soggy corpse? Why can't you just point at it from here? I'll touch the car instead. Why don't you get a reading off of that bird over there?
All right, this vehicle matches the description of the Warner missing person was last seen. Copy. Stop saying copy.
Roger.
Victim is identified as Desiree Blake. Rain last night, right?
Yeah.
She took this curb too fast, lost control, went down the embankment, drowned in the car. Put time of death sometime yesterday on the 12th.
I was in the car alone. We're on. Lassie? I'm afraid we don't have an accidental drowning here. Our Desiree Blake was murdered.
You are so predictable, Spencer.
As predictable as your next date ending with the words, I hope this never happens to someone else.
Spencer, stop wasting my time. You know how this works. You want in, you make your case to your father, who's done nothing but say no to you ever since he was made head of consultants. Thank God.
I'd be lying if I said I like having to ask my dad for case assignments. I'd also be lying if I said Val Kilmer still looks like Val Kilmer.
I still have hope.
Me too. We gotta convince Lassie to put us on this case.
You have to do that. I don't have time. My new tap class starts in half an hour. Hey, you're really taking tap? That wasn't just a bit we were doing? Dude, I'm doing something for myself. Getting back to things I love.
For a brief period in '93, I was known as DJ Cold Cuts. Now, see me dusting off my turntables and playing the curves downtown?
The curves burnt down last year.
No wonder they want to film my phones.
See you at the class.
Chester, may I have a word? Am I to understand you're taking a tap class?
Yes.
Is it court ordered? No. Will it make you faster?
No.
Are you investigating some sort of dancing drug ring?
No.
Well, then why on earth would a grown man do such a thing?
Look, it's something I've been doing since I was a child, and I don't care whether you and Sean don't get it. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, let's try that one more time. Some of your
Hi. Okay, I've got my 80 chains here, and then we need to join it without twisting it. So here's how I do that, or at least try to do that. I lay it down so that the right side or the chain side are all facing up all the way to the beginning. Bring my two ends close to each other. And I want to slip stitch, checking nothing's twisted, into the first chain to join. There we go. We're not going to cut our yarn. Okay. Now we're going to, I can zoom back in. Okay. I'm going to, let's see, chain one. It's not a stitch. I'm going to do, that's just for height. I'm going to do 19 single crochets, and then I'm going to put 3 single crochets in the next one. So what we're doing is we're turning this circle into a square by doing 19 and then putting 3, which create our corners. Okay. So let's do 1. And if it's helpful in your counting, I'm going to mark my first stitch. Okay. 2. Ugh, working into the chain row is one of my least favorite things to do. 3, 4, 5. Excuse me, 6. I'm going to get to the first corner here. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. 18. I want to make sure I'm still looking at the top of the chain, that it's not flipped over. And then put 3 in the next. That was 19. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to repeat. 19 and then 3 in the corner. Right, so I'm going to work around and then I'll show you how we finish off this row.
Was a little off. Not necessary, Mr. Guster. I can see everyone in the mirror. Oh, nice moves, by the way.
Oh, thanks. Well, you know, I've been tapping since.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, let me guess. You want to move into the gas box?
No, there's a coworker waiting for you in the hall.
So sorry about this. So, what are you doing here? I thought you were working on your drowning case.
I gotta wait for the science monkeys and forensics to analyze the evidence from the scene first. So, I know this is a little weird, and I can't believe I'm here myself, but, long story short, ever since the divorce, my therapist has advised me to step out of my comfort zone and try new things. Since I don't like books and aren't into military strategy, nor do I care for the platonic company women, I thought I'd see if you can get me into your little class here. If you're doing it, how hard could it be, right?
You realize you're insulting me and asking me for a favor at the same time.
Give me a break. My insurance only covered 4 therapy sessions.
Ambassador, the kind of tap that I do is not something you could just jump into without experience.
Yeah. I'll have them send over the transcripts from walking and chewing gum school. Can you give me a class or not? I don't have much time for the lab calls.
See what I can do.
You're a peach.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3. The wrap for today, everyone. Great work. Remember, keep it in the pocket. I'll see you all next time, all right?
Yeah, it's great. All right. You okay? Yeah. This is awesome. I'm fine. I mean, don't worry about it. Everyone has a hard time the first time around.
Wasn't hard. It's just a waste of time. My therapist doesn't make me come back.
Wait, you're quitting?
No, I'm not quitting. I'm simply choosing not to continue.
Lassiter, I wanted you to realize how hard it was. I didn't want to make you quit, especially because I believe that people who carry guns should do what their therapists say. All right, look, let's try it again. Come on.
Ridiculous, Guster.
It'll be something simple. All right, let's try a cramp roll. Ready?
That's it?
That's it. Just like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey. You managed to get it. What, some of this pansy stuff after all?
I don't know if pansy is the right word.
I know, but the alternative seems a little offensive without a watery band. I tell you. It's like that. Feel a little more relaxed.
Let's try something different. Let's try a shuffle.
Huh?
Just like that.
Looks like focusing on the step. It's actually helped me clear my mind.
Exactly.
It's the clearest my mind's been in years. Actually, I feel stress just melting away.
All right, try this one now. Ready? So what are you stressed about?
Work. Neighbors suing me for killing the squirrels. Mostly work. You know that fish you guys walked in on earlier?
Yeah?
Something about it just doesn't add up. And this bag of unmarked pills and parachute.
What?
Once you're fooling around with you, I forgot to call the lab about the results. Yeah, Lester, do you analyze that sample I brought in yet? Are you kidding me? How long does it take? Oh, I don't know. I thought maybe you could tell me something, like what they are, where she bought them, anything.
Those pills weren't bought, they were made.
Huh?
They're lab trial samples.
How do you know?
I'm in pharmaceutical sales, remember?
Since when? Doesn't matter. Can you tell me who made these?
Well, there's only a handful of local labs that use that pentagonal shape.
Really?
Yeah.
Gus, are you busy right now?
What? There you are. Your class let out just in time. KFC is giving away double downs. Dude, they're just giving them away. What are you doing here?
I discovered after you two left the crime scene that I have a need for Guster's pharmaceutical expertise on this case, so I came here to find him.
You convinced Lassie to put us on the case. Good work, buddy.
I said Guster's expertise, not yours.
Yeah, we're a package, Lassie. You don't get Jake the Snake Roberts without Damien the Python. Gus doesn't work solo. Tell him, Gus.
Well, that's not actually true.
You have offended him by merely suggesting it. Don't be angry.
I'm not.
Oh, no. Now he's indignant. You better back off, Jack. Gus, without breathing fire through your sweet, sweet nostrils, tell him to back off.
I don't have time for this, Guster. If you decide you want to help on the case alone, you're welcome to come with me.
Ha! Yeah. Why aren't you laughing?
I'd only be helping with research. It's no big deal.
No big deal. You'd be working a case without me.
You've worked tons of cases without me.
Yeah, because I knew I could solve them.
Are you saying I can't solve a case without you?
No, I'm not saying that.
Because if we've learned anything over these few years, is that you really can't do it without me.
First of all, we haven't learned anything over the years. Second of all, I'm the one with this. So all you have is this.
You know what? It's on.
It's not on.
It is on, Sean. Like mascara on Prince, it is on. Lassie, count me in. It's on.
I'm thrilled. Get in the car.
And you know who has shotgun?
You.
Me.
Because Lassie's already behind the wheel because it's on. All right, fine. If this is how you want to play it, it is on.
No. I decided when it switches from off to on.
It's off?
Yes. Now it's on.
All right, things go wrong. Life after round, same down song. Rather run when you can. You out in
Okay. Worked my way around there. I slip stitched into my first stitch to join, and we can fasten that off. So what you have now, this is really wonky bit. Okay. So we've got 19 stitches and then 3. So it's actually we're going to mark the center, I believe it is the place a marker into the center of the 3 for the corner stitch. Okay. So let's do that. So in between each corner stitch, you should have 21 stitches. Just kind of going around. There's the next one. All right, so 1, 2, there we go. 1, 2, and then 3. And then my last one here. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Just going to leave those ends for the time being. Now, what's going to happen is our next round is going to join. You're going to be joining the leaf, not the bud, but the leaf is where they're going to join right there. Okay. So I'm going to not start there. Hoping I didn't twist this. If I did, I'm just going to make it work. How about that? All right, let's come around here. Okay. So my next color, we are now on to, I apologize, on to round 1 of our frame. We've done our chain and our foundation row. Foundation row always seems like round 1 to me, but not in this particular pattern. Okay. Excuse me. All right, we're going to join into the back loop of this marked stitch. And then we'll go through the whole stitch here, the marked stitch of the frame. We're going to join it with a chain 1, and we're going to do a single into the same. And then we're going to single crochet across and do each corner. So all we're doing in this row is joining our corners together. Okay. All right. So I'm going to stick with my smaller hook. I think I probably could go back to the other one, but this is what I did on the other block. And because I forgot to go back to my other hook, and it worked out fine. So I'm just going to stick with that so that they're not drastically different. Okay. So I'm going to join them. So I went through the back loop of that marked stitch, and it's going to pull like that. Excuse me, with a chain one and then a single. Okay, and then I'm going to work across. Make sure you don't skip any stitches. Single crochet. You should have 21 stitches. Counting in my head, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I am off, or I'm off my count. So I'm not going to go back and count at this point. I am putting a single in every stitch. I'll go back and evaluate that at the end here. Then you come to the next one. I'm going to go through the back loop of my marked stitch. And the whole stitch here. With a single crochet. All right, so each side, oh, there we go. Mine's a little wonky still, but there's not much kind of holding it together, okay? So we're going to get all four corners joined. And then we're coming around to kind of being done. So I'll be right back with that part.
Last season on site.
We've been discussing creating a new
I'm Detective Carl Lassiter. This is my associate, Burton Guster. What's wrong?
I'm not used to getting introduced by my real name.
Ma'am, are you familiar with these pills?
Yes, those look like our trial HCG hormone pills.
A fertility drug.
You are correct.
Very nice, Guster.
Thank you.
They're an experimental fertility treatment currently in phase 3 of clinical trials. They're not for public use.
Any idea how someone else could have gotten a hold of those?
Not a clue.
Unless they were a test subject.
True, but I ran the trials alone and kept all of the test subject logs to myself.
Man, those pills were found on a dead woman.
Oh my goodness. So we're going to need to see those logs immediately.
Of course.
You scare the creep out of me. But a phase 3 trial is a double-blind trial, meaning there has to be at least 2 administrators. That way the test group can have a different administrator than the placebo group.
So you're saying she lied?
There has to be another research technician.
Nice insight, Guster. Why did you say something when she was still here?
You know, Sean, I usually can't get a word in edgewise.
Oh, that's funny. Well, Harry usually just blurts out her opinions, as if I asked for them, or wanted them, needed them, because women ruin everything.
Maybe now's a good time to call your therapist. No, let's check those logs first. See where she went.
Look, Gus, I'm getting handsy. Sean, how's your little murder investigation coming along?
What are you doing here, Sean?
You missing a murder weapon? You can take the knife out of my back.
How did you find me, Sean?
I installed GPS parental controls on your phone.
Is that why I was beeping?
It tells me if you use your credit card to buy condoms, liquor, or glue. It's a little wasteful, to me.
I'm a player, Sean.
You're not a player.
What are you doing here, Spencer? We've already heard it.
If Gus is allowed to show off his expertise, then I'm allowed to show off mine.
Spencer, we don't have time to watch you make a snowman out of mashed potatoes.
That's funny.
I'm getting something. Someone else. Writing with their right hand, right-handed.
Yes, she had a partner. We already know her.
You do?
Yes, we do. Now, if you'll excuse us, Guster.
Good luck getting hired on a case that I'm already on.
Good luck getting hired on my case that you're not on. That doesn't. Listen, Dad, I know exactly what you're going to say.
To work on the case with Lassiter and Gus.
I had no idea you were going to say that.
Even though Lassiter only requested Gus, we still have to pay Psych your full rate. I don't like the idea of you sitting around on your ass all day collecting a check for doing nothing. So, I'm putting you to work.
So even when you do something I want, still counts as some sort of punishment?
You're welcome. Now I need to find you a partner.
Okay. What case are we talking about?
One Lassie's working with Gus.
Even better. He's been treating me like a rookie ever since I took leave. I am itching to get back out into the field, even if it means babysitting Sean.
Fine. You two are working the case together. No reason for anything to fall through the crack.
Babysit? Really, Jules?
Sean, what have you done today?
Let's see. I watched some Phineas and Ferb. Took a nap. Had a snack. I'm a little tired.
Exactly.
I just want to beat Lassie and Gus.
And catch the killer.
Sure, yeah, if that's what it takes. As long as we get to do our thing. Chop it up, pound the pavement, walk the biz neat.
First, catch me up on what we're dealing with here.
Really am exhausted. But I'm having a vision that the lab technician lied about not having another partner.
Well, then let's call her in and see what she's hiding.
What?
Sorry. Oh.
Hey. You two doing here?
We're interviewing a witness.
What are you two doing here?
We're interviewing a witness.
Are you two working together now? What happened? They busted down on the miners?
You go where you're appreciated. I got 2 different calls asking me to come in for questioning.
Oh, really? Who called you first, us or them?
Who'd you meet first? Us or them? Would you two stop it?
Miss, we have reason to believe you lied to us when you told us that you worked on the clinical trial alone.
Which, if true, could land you an obstruction charge. Okay, I'm sorry. I was trying to protect my partner, Ben.
Protect him from what?
Desiree was Ben's girlfriend. He was supplying her with fertility pills under the table because their insurance wouldn't cover the thousands of dollars in treatment.
Wait, they were trying to have a baby, but they weren't even married.
Gus, get with the times. It's 2008.
It's 2010.
Nice try. That would mean we're at war with the machines.
How much did you know about this Ben? Ben Stevens. He's not a lawbreaker. He's a very decent guy. He was only trying to be a good boyfriend. I lied to keep him out of trouble, but I certainly don't think he's capable of something like this.
Neither do we. Guster, would you care to get a cup of coffee? Maybe take a little break?
Sure thing.
Yeah, Jules, aren't we due for a break? How'd you feel about a little, heavy petting? It's a little over the close third base action?
Ew.
Maybe get some coffee?
Sure.
Great.
Carlton, what are you doing?
Me? What are you doing?
You pinned me in.
This is my and Guster's lead.
No, it's my and Sean's lead. You should leave.
What are you smoking? I am head detective. All leads go through me.
Right, like I haven't heard that one before. I know your tricks.
O'Hara, I am ordering you to get back in that vehicle and drive away.
That's gonna be tricky, Lassie.
Give me those!
Oh, nice senior officiating there, Carlton.
Shut it!
You guys are letting your lead get away. You just let your lead slip through your fingers.
Someone explain to me how the four of you let him get away. Someone else.
We were about to question the suspect when we got sidetracked by a disagreement.
Disagreement. Well, your little disagreement has led to a statewide manhunt.
You like to use your own words against you.
Look, this reflects poorly on me too, and I'd like to keep my job at least till the end of the month. And I want the four of you to get your acts together and find him.
You can't yell at me. You're just a consultant.
Oh yeah? I know what happened to your neighbor's squirrels. Carry on.
That's good. I take my job very seriously, Custer, and I don't like being reprimanded. All right, we've got to figure out where Ben fled to. All we have to go on is last spotted heading west on Highway 101.
You know. I helped you play your head last time. Just follow my lead. Did you notice anything when we were at Ben's house?
Well, I've been too fast. First thing I know, we were arguing. Next thing I know, he was crashing through the garage. Wait. The DMV report that came out today said that the car that Desiree's body was found in belonged to Ben.
Right. They shared it. They were living in sin and driving in sin.
So whose car did Ben crash through the garage in?
Good question. Maybe alone?
Oh. Rental. We should have McNabb check all the local rental companies.
What?
I gotta tell you, I can't believe this stuff actually works. Even though I look like a total moron doing it. Look at that. Christmas came early.
So that's what the two of you have been doing together, tap dancing?
Okay. The truth is, Lassiter happens to be my tap class.
You've been taking tap classes together. Oh, sweet. What's next? Singing into hairbrushes? Beachside Pilates? Quick, Jules, chime in while I think of more singers.
What's next? Bridge?
Yeah, bridge. What? Thanks for killing the bet.
Tap happens to be something we both enjoy.
While you two were sneaking around and spying on people,
We have a new lead.
You finishing each other's sentences now? But we have a lead too.
Well, technically, ours is more of a
Hamburger.
Sean, why in the world would I have been about to say hamburger?
let's roll, Guster.
That doesn't even make any
Just heard you make an H sound.
So you got a hamburger? I have to figure out how Ben is involved, but I don't think they're going to be cooperative, seeing that we don't have a warrant.
Jules, don't be Canada. I'll handle this. Hello.
Hello. How can I help you?
I would like to sell my body to science.
I'd like to make the first bid.
Is this a silent auction? What? She started it. Oh, actually, we would like to sign up to be human guinea pigs for money.
Our current volunteer study only pays $20.
I'll do it.
Sorry, women only.
She'll do it.
What?
Don't act like you can't use $20. I've seen your place.
Well, if you're interested, you'll have to sign the consent. You'll be put under anesthesia, and there's a chance the hormones may make your feet grow.
She's interested.
What are you doing?
What is anyone doing in the grand scheme of things?
Stop.
Your negativity is clogging up my psychic signals. Do you mind keeping her busy while I attempt to unclog them?
And how am I supposed to do that?
Gus would turn into Smooth Gus and try to pick her up.
I am not hitting on a girl.
Why does that scare you? Why does that not scare you? And does that scare you?
Sean.
What?
Well, this girl could be dangerous.
You better make sure of that before you enter into a relationship with her, because she probably won't change.
Right this way. You packed image.
I'll be right here.
Okay, we're back with my wonky frame. I think it's rolling like this because I stuck with that smaller hook. This is what it looked like the last time, so I'm just going to keep going with it. All right, let me zoom out just a little here. Okay, so we've got our 4 big leaves are connected, and on this next round, we are going to connect into the bud stitch as well. So we're also going to be making, let's look at this one. We're going to be making this wavy, curvy bit as well. Okay. So I went through this a couple of times. It's, creating tall stitches, short stitches, tall stitches, short stitches, and there's a fair amount to remember. So I created myself a little cheat sheet, which let's change the zoom here. Hopefully you can see that. Um, where we're going to start. So here's our corner, and we're going to work across making a wavy bit to the bud stitch, and then we're going to continue on doing essentially the reverse of what we've just done until we get to the next corner. Okay. So our round, let's see, we're in round 2. I'm doing with the light pink. And we're going to join into any corner where our leaf tip connected. Okay. So I'm going to start right here in the top of that stitch. All right. And we're going to join it with a chain 1 plus a chain 2, which counts as 1 double crochet. So chain 1 plus chain 2 counts as a double crochet here. Okay. We are going to do another, let's see, I think it's in the next stitch, another double crochet. Yes, we're going to do a double, a triple, and 2 doubles into the same stitch. All right. So now we're going to do so we're going into the same stitch here, a double, a triple or a treble. So we yarn over twice. And then another 2 doubles into the same stitch. I think that is correct. Let me consult here. Consists of 1 to the same stitch, half double into the next stitch, 1 single into the next 3. Yep. Okay. So now I'm going to do a half double into the next stitch. I'm going to do 3 singles in the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. So we started tall and we came down, and now we're going to work our way back up. So we're going to go back to a half double. And then we're going to do 3 doubles. 1, 2 and 3, and then back to a half double. And then we're going to do one single, and then we're going to join the marked stitch from our bud to the next stitch here with a single. And I don't think we're going through just the back loop on this, but let's check. Nope, through the whole stitch. Okay. So I'm going to be going where are my marked stitches? Through there and through the next stitch on the frame with a single. And then I'm going to put a single in the next stitch. So just kind of double check where you're connected. And then a half double. And then 3 doubles. And then a half double. And then 3 singles. 1, 2, 3. And then a half double. And now we're back to where we connected. And we make our another corner, which is 2 doubles, a triple, and 2 doubles. I think I got that right. Hold on. One double in the next. Yeah. Kind of looking at my other one here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. So 1, 2 doubles, a triple, oh, and 2 more doubles. And then we're going to go back, work our way back down. So we go to a half double. And then 3 singles. 1, 2, 3, half double, 3 doubles. 1, 2, 3, half double, 1 single. It's really 3 singles, but we're going to do 1 single here. We're going to join our little bud to the frame. On the second single, and then 1 more single after that. And then we go to a half double. Hopefully you start to see the wavy here. Half double. 3 doubles. This is where I'm hoping it all works out. Half double. Uh, 3 singles. 1, 2, and 3. And then half double. I'm just looking, hold on 1 second. Yep, half double. Perfect. And then I'm back to my marked stitch, or where I joined. So 2 doubles, a triple, and 2 doubles. Okay. So that is how you get all the way around here. So, I made myself this little cheat sheet. So just, here's the corner, okay? So into that stitch where they were joined, we put 2 doubles. Don't look at the top line here. That's the next row. We put 2 doubles, a triple, and 2 doubles, okay? And then here is our repeat for the wave. We do a half double, and then single, 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 half double, 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 half double, single, join the bud. So that's the center of the side, and then we reverse back. So then we put another single and then a half double, continuing this way. Double, 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 half double, single, 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 half double, 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 triple, double, double in the next corner. So visually for me, this was very helpful, okay? The writing above it is what we're going to be doing on the next row. But I wanted to show you this. If this is helpful, you could write it all the way out if you wanted to. But it was helpful for me to get to that halfway point and then just reverse it back. So you've got these groups of 3 singles and 3 doubles. There's always a half double in between when you're switching between singles and doubles. So don't forget that half double in between. Okay? So you'll work all the way around and you'll get this wavy bit. And we'll come back and I'll show you the next row.
Sometimes answering as well.
John,
Hey,
it turns out I am taking all of the medications that Tanya here says disqualify somebody from being a part of the study.
That's no. The bummer. Oh well, we tried. I guess we should roll.
Hmm.
And if they ever discover a drug here that makes me strong as an ox, but only when I'm fighting another ox, let me know.
I will.
Right.
Nail this guy, Custer. Are you sure Ben's guilty? 100%.
But here's the rental agreement. Mr. Stevens car was due back yesterday, and we haven't heard from him. Do you think he stole it?
I'd say your chances of seeing that vehicle again are about as good as your chances of turning this job into a viable career. Hey, they sent out that tracking device. That a low jack?
Yeah.
We're gonna need that tracking immediately. You've got clear motive. All right, they've been together for a while. She's been pressuring him, putting a squeeze on him to have kids. They're common law husband and wife. She'd give half of everything if he left her. That's not an option, so he killed her.
I don't know, Lassity. Who else's girlfriend obtained fertility pills if he's not planning on being with her? This doesn't feel like murder.
Custer, you've got to grow up. People have sex and they kill each other. That's the real world, not some magical feelings place.
Here you go.
You, let's go get a warrant. We're gonna eat first, right?
No, we'll get on the way. I got an ashtray full of sunflower seeds.
We're so sorry for your loss, Miss Blake. I know this must be very difficult for you, so we won't take up a lot of your time.
I wish I could be of more help, but I don't know where Ben is. Believe me, if I knew, I would tell you.
Was there animosity between the two of you?
He was a cheating bastard. Desiree found out, and they had this huge fight right before she disappeared.
What she did to make him cheat?
Sean,
What?
what are you doing?
You will thank me later. Mrs. Blake, I'm sensing that Ben felt great remorse for his actions. Tried to reach out to you personally.
You mean the flowers he kept sending? As always, too little, too late. I never trusted that man.
When did you last see Ben?
Right after they found Desiree's body, he came by to offer condolences. I promptly kicked him out. I'm not so sure he's not the reason she's dead.
Well, we have taken up enough of your time, Miss Blake. Thank you.
We're just gonna, you know.
Ben's looking more and more guilty the more we learn about him.
No, Jules. That person kills someone's daughter and then sends her flowers the next day.
Crafty killer, that's who. We need to go back to the station and start putting these pieces together.
Station? Can't we do this over Jamba Juice?
My graph paper and colored pencils are at the station so that we can chart what we know and extrapolate what we don't.
What was that word?
Extrapolate.
Doesn't sound very fun at all.
Whoever said work was supposed to be fun?
Ron Jeremy, for starters. Tell you what, you go back to the office and put all that boring stuff together that I already forgot what it was, and I'll see you there in half an hour.
Okay, half an hour.
Sweet. Work, Gus. Found Ben.
Sean, what are you doing here? Dude, I know you're not psychic.
Sorry, buddy. It's hard to keep track of who knows what. I broke away from Juliet, tracked you on your little thingy. How'd you find?
Lassiter used the LoJack tracking system on his car. I saw the location, snuck away while Lassiter was working on the warrant.
Figured you guys were close. And like me, you broke away because you thought Ben was innocent.
Dude, you're doing it again.
Am I? It's ridiculous.
Is that why you broke away from Juliet?
Yep. You need to check it out for myself.
What? Since we're both here, we might as well do it together.
Sure, whatever. Hey! Whatever the police think I did, I didn't do it. I'm a psychic with the police department. This is my partner, Santonio Holmes. We don't think you did it either.
Really?
Really. We're more distraught than anyone to hear that Desiree was dead.
Of course I was. Just thinking about it makes me sick. I want to find the person who did this more than anything. I've loved Desiree like forever. We've been living together since we graduated.
When did you graduate?
2005.
Lassiter's theory that he killed Desiree to protect his money doesn't make sense. They weren't common law husband and wife. Those rights don't kick in until a couple has been together for 7 years.
They moved in together in 2005, which was only 3 years ago.
5.
I should start carrying a pocket calendar.
Ben, why did you run from the cops?
Desiree's mom, she practically accused me of causing Desiree's death. I thought she was the one who called the cops on me, so I panicked.
Ben, listen to me. But also hear me. You didn't do yourself any favors by hiding, okay? I can convince the cops that you're innocent, but only if you trust us.
And you're sure?
I'll do the touching.
You're sure they'll believe I'm innocent?
I can guarantee it.
Freeze, you murderous dirtbag.
Ish. I can guarantee it, ish.
Hey, please help me out here.
Hang in there, Ben.
John, Antonio, can I listen to my phone call?
Yeah, so what if it wasn't a common law marriage? If he was innocent, he wouldn't have run from the police.
I have a very strong hunch that he's not our killer.
We don't deal in hunches.
I'm sorry, Sean, but it's over.
I understand. It's fun while it lasted.
No, it wasn't.
We made a great team.
No, we didn't. It was a disaster. Partners don't lie to one another, and partners don't run off mid-investigation, and partners do not go through my purse, find my phone, and text photos of my dog to every guy in my address book with the caption, "This is you."
Partners support each other's theories. We never support each other.
Man, we're constantly lying and running.
Miss that, E2. What?
We're still hired on this case, Gus.
Let's get to work. But first, can we get something to eat? I'm kind of hungry. All I've had all day is sunflower seeds.
Are you kidding me? I haven't eaten in almost 2 hours. Hamburgers! And then we try to creep in.
And then, Jack dogs.
Well, one thing's for sure from all this, it's nice to have you back.
Thanks. I'm sitting with an extra caseload while I was gone.
It's okay. Besides, it's your extra caseload, man. Woodrow, my good man.
Sean, it's nice to see you walk through that door.
Well, let's hope you never see me rolled in on a gurney.
But although I'd be honored to saw through your chest and remove your good natured heart from its cavity.
I'm touched. What are your professional opinion? How do I die?
Murder, gangland style execution.
Sham.
He's living.
Read and tell us everything you can about the death of this here Desiree Blake.
Cause of death in our victim is confirmed to be drowning, evidenced by the presence of fluid in the lungs.
Hey, what about this mark on her ankle leg?
Yeah. Interesting, isn't it? Almost looks like freezer burn.
Freezer burn. How would she get freezer burn in 70-degree water?
Better question is why would a drowning victim show no signs of swimming?
What do you mean?
Well, there's no bruising on the body or cuts or
Okay. Starting to really come together. Now it's not quite so wonky now that we've attached these buds. And we've got this wavy bit here, part of the frame. Okay, so that was round 2. Round 3, we are going to take the wavy and take it out. Basically, we're going to square it back up again. So we'll have straight sides. And how we do that is we're going to use our different height stitches, the same that we've been doing. But where they're short, we're going to make taller ones. And where they're tall, we're going to make shorter ones. And it will fill in. Let's see here. We're going to start in one of our corners in a triple, where the triple was. So remember, we had 2 doubles, a triple, and 2 doubles. So there's our triple. Okay. With a chain 1, does not count. And then we're going to put 3 single crochets in the same place. 1, 2, and 3. So right off the bat, we took our tallest stitch, and to help straighten it out, we put our shortest stitch into it, okay? So here's where I said, don't look at that second line above it. So now we started with 3 singles into our triple, and then we're going to put a single in the next double, a single in the next double. We'll always put a half double in a half double. We're going to put a double into the singles, half double into the double, singles into the doubles. You're starting to see the pattern here. That's visually, that's what made sense to me than having to constantly read that line from the pattern over and over again. All right, so it's 3 singles there. I'm going to put a single in the next stitch, single in the next, half double in the next. I'm going to put, so now I've got these 3 singles here. I'm going to make those doubles. 3 doubles, 1, 2, and 3. Half double in the half double. Let's try that again. Half double. Come on. There we go. And then we've got these doubles here. We're going to make singles. So now we'll do there it goes. 1, 2, 3. Half double in the half double. And then 3 doubles. 1. The second double takes us to the halfway point there. And now we're reversing. Half double. 3 singles. 1, 2, 3. Half double. 3 doubles. 1, 2, 3. Half double. So I'm working my way back up. Single, single, and that should take me to the treble or the triple where I'll put 3 singles. So let's see. Single, single, and there I am in the top of that treble. So I'll put 3 singles there and then repeat. 1, 2, and 3. Let's take a look what that looks like. There we go. So it's still got a tiny bit of an edge. We've got a couple more rounds to do on the frame that will help straighten that out, but we've filled in the gaps. I think it looks great. Okay. We're on the home stretch, my friends. Let's see. We have actually 3 rounds, 2 rounds left, and then a surface crochet. So we're just gonna plow on here. Round 4 of the frame, you're going to, oh, I'm sorry, at the end of this row, we needed to place markers in the 3rd single crochet of those groups, okay? So we had 1, 2, 3. You're going to mark the 3rd one all the way around, okay? And let's mark the 3rd one here. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. All right, so we're going to join into the marked stitch. Take the marker out with a chain 1 and 3 single crochets in the same stitch. One, 2, 3. And then you're just going to do singles all the way across. Okay. Until you get to the next marked stitch. This will also help even out the frame. All right, so you'll go all the way across till you get to, you see how much straighter it already is. Till you get to this marked stitch, you'll put 3 in there and you'll continue around. Then you will have one more round. I'm sorry, at the end of that round, in your grouping of 3 single crochets, you're going to mark the second one or the center. And that's going to be your corner stitch there. We're going to do one final round. We're going to put 2 single crochets here and then single all the way to the next marked stitch, put 2 all the way around. Okay. That I think you can do. Then I want to show you how to do real quick this little bit here, this surface crochet, which just kind of finishes off and closes up this bit right here. Okay. I'm just going to, I did it in the same color, a little experiment here. You can start anywhere, but we're going to go around the tops of the stitches from round 2 of the frame. Okay, so this dark pink was my round 1, and then this was my round 2. So I'm going to start, let's start here. Okay, so same as we've done before. You're going to go in between the stitches. Pull up a loop. Right? Maybe a whole loop. Again, you could use your larger hook for this. Go into the next space, pull up a loop and pull it through. I'm just going to give my tail a little tug. There we go. Go in between the next. So you're just slip stitching. Just follow your spaces. There we go. And it just kind of closes off, I should say it covers the join between our little wavy bits. You could do that in a contrasting color if you wanted. Do it any way you want. It's your block. You'll do that all the way around. And you're done. You're done with the Marlborough flower. Very sweet. I like this one. The frame's a little fiddly, but I feel like we're getting better at it. Don't hesitate to reach out if you've got questions about anything. And we'll see you next time for, I don't know which one. I haven't looked that far ahead yet, but I'll see you for the next block. Thanks so much. Bye.